All right. So I just want to go through what Chase Oliver and Jill Stein and some other people got. Kennedy. I'm a little disappointed. Kennedy's not even running. He dropped out and he's beaten Chase Oliver. But I don't think Chase Oliver was really the best candidate. He's definitely a libertarian, though, so at least there's that. But 507,000 votes for Chase Oliver so far, 0.4%. Not too good of a showing, especially when a guy who dropped out and supported Trump is still getting more votes than you by a decent percentage there, decent number anyway. And then of course Stein is on top of all of the third party there with 537,000 votes, so not too far ahead of Kennedy, but we are dead last as far as all of those names go. And then they just have other candidates there. So other guys didn't even place, I guess, 0.2%. But Oliver did pretty good in North Dakota. He got 1.7% of the vote. Another thing I'm a little upset about, I'll get to in a second, but yeah, 6,151 votes. It's 1.7%. Pretty sure that's the best he did in any state. Indiana, see what he did there. 19,000 votes. So numerically superior, but percentage of the vote wise, so that's a pretty good turnout. 19,000 votes. Interestingly, it's not too many more than Rainwater got for governor. Interesting that there's a couple thousand point vote disparity there, but Kennedy still beat him in Indiana, and I'm pretty sure he did so in Illinois as well. Fairly certain that he did. Let's check that out. Yeah, Kennedy, looks like Chase Oliver didn't even warrant a mention on Illinois voting results there. Let's see who else we got. Texas is what I wanted to mention. Jill Stein beat Chase Oliver in Texas. So, but looks like Kennedy didn't place too well on that ballot. So, but still, 72,000 and 62,000, it's pretty close, but I'm a little upset there. I was hoping for a better turnout from Texas for the Libertarians, but I find that interesting. To me, that seems like Libertarian Party issue, maybe. Who am I to point fingers? But I definitely have criticisms on the direction of the party. Let's see how he did in Georgia, if at all. Pretty good in Georgia, 20,000 compared to Jill Stein's 17,000. So, all right, fair enough. Actually, let's look at North Carolina. Now that I think of it. Stein beat him out, but not by much, only by 3,000 votes. What else we got going on over here? Cornel West, that was Buddy's name I couldn't think of earlier. Randall Terry, Constitution Party. He got 6,700 votes. Cornel West got 11,000. Chase got 21. Jill got 24,000. So we're behind in a lot of places here. Jill Stein seems to be fairly popular. Let's try Oklahoma. That sounds like somewhere libertarianism might be. Well, not as much as Kennedy, though. He got 1% at 15K. Chase got to 0.6 at 9.1 thousand. So not too good there for us. Let's see what Wisconsin's looking like. Do we got anything? Jill Stein seems to be up. Kennedy got 15. Jill got 10. Chase got 9. So he's not too far behind Jill there. But everybody got some votes in Wisconsin. Look at that. They're fairly diverse here. 1,600 for Claudia de la Cruz, Party for Socialism and Liberation. Had no idea who that was. Cornel West got 2,000. Randall Terry again from the Constitution Party, 3,500. Oh, and Chase's count just went up, 9,301. So, but yeah, we're not having a pretty good, too good of a showing here for the Libertarians. How's Montana looking? Kennedy beat us out again by a fair enough margin there, 2,300 votes. 1.9% to our 0.6. Jill Stein had 0.5. Only 811 votes for Jill out there. How do we do in California? Probably not too good. Kennedy, 1%. 82,000 votes. Jill, 58,000 votes. Chase got 29,000. Not too bad, I guess, numerically. And then Claudia, our comrade Claudia here, 24,000 votes. I mean, they're voting for actual self-professed socialists. That's interesting. Not good, I would say. I mean, you know, I mean, I guess more variety is better. And I don't know anything about that person, but Socialism and Liberation Party. Man, we really got to talk about what that means before I can get on board with that. Socialism and Liberation. Let's check out Idaho. Robert Kennedy, 1.3% at 7,000. Chase Oliver, 2,600 votes. Jill Stein, 1,700. Joe Skousen, also from the Constitution Party. They got two guys running for the Constitution Party in this election. I'm not sure what happened. Maybe there was some kind of split and people were writing this other guy in. And our friend Shiva, who I also have no idea who that is. But we beat Stein in Idaho, but not Kennedy. Washington. Nobody likes us in Washington. 28,000 to Kennedy, 13,000 to Jill, 8,000 to Chase. They got a lot of guys up here in the Northwest, it seems, that we don't have. Well, I mean, obviously we have them, but I don't know, maybe not. I didn't see these guys on the ballots. Socialist, another socialist. Rochelle Fruit, Socialist Workers Party. Only 428 comrades out there for you. Sorry about that. I don't think socialism is where we need to be going, though. But like I said, depends on what you mean by that. Let's try South Dakota. I should have had a method when I popped this thing on. I'm just kind of rambling. Kennedy, 1.7. Chase, 0.6. Jill, apparently not worth a mention. Cornell, neither. Let's see, what would be, I don't think I looked at Florida. Let's see what we did in Florida. I would think we had okay in Florida. Well, 31,000 votes. Yeah, so I mean, you know, numerically, percentage-wise, it's not impressive, but numerically, there's a lot of libertarians out there. You know, so I wish I could see. Let me see if I can find it. I probably won't be able to until it's all the way done. But you know, if there was a grand total for this somewhere else, it seems like they only give us the totals for the two big ones on top. Or oh yeah, here we are. That's right. Duh. I mentioned this earlier. 510,000 now. Not too bad. So, I mean, that's 500,000 libertarians. That's a lot of people. You know, it is a lot of people. We're just all spread out all over the country. Go homestead some. I mean, that's a city. That's a decent sized city right there if we were all in the same place. But that's how it goes. Wyoming. Chase Oliver. The only one worth a mention. 3,500 votes. Not too bad. Who else? West Virginia. Well, let's see, Virginia. How do we do? I should be paying attention. How do we did in the Democrat states? Almost 20,000 votes. That's not too bad. Let's see how West Virginia looks. 2,000 votes. Almost 3,000. 2,900 votes. Ooh. Let's see, how about Colorado? I would think with the legalization and such in Colorado, we should be okay. Have decent turnout, I would hope. But let's find out. Well, we got beat out by Kennedy again by a decent margin. 23,000 to Kennedy, 14,000 to Chase, only 9,000 to Jill. Cornell got 2,900. Randall Terry, and now here's Blake Huber, Approval Voting Party. That's a horrible name. 1,500 votes. More votes than I got, I guess. Let's see, what's Mississippi doing? Kennedy beat us again. Chase Oliver, 2,200. Kennedy, 4,800. Jill Stein, right below us, 1,600. Peter Sonsky, Solidarity Party. Oh, man. American Solidarity Party. That sounds fascist or socialist, or if there's even a difference there. They just barely got beat by the Party for Socialism and Liberation, Constitution Party. You know, it's scary. This whole thing's a nightmare, honestly. But it's interesting that the Constitution Party is only very small amount ahead of the Socialist Party. Like, that's interesting. Um, because especially none of the big parties know anything about that. It seems they like to talk about it a lot, but they don't really care about it. Um, not to speak for the whole party or the whole group called libertarians, but quote, we're more so libertarians than constitutionalists. But the Constitution isn't a bad guideline, I suppose. The Bill of Rights is a good concept, but state paperwork is never going to guarantee your rights. It's not necessary to do. All right, seems like it's back. I guess that's probably about it for now anyway. Let's see. She's at 214 here on Google. He's at 247. It's looking like he's going to win. Let's see. How do we do up here in Minnesota? Kennedy beat us again. So did Jill Stein. Chase Oliver, 11,000 votes, 0.5%. Cornell West, 2,500. Our buddy Shiva again, running as an independent. It's unfortunate. Never even heard of that guy. Never heard of this socialist either, but I pretty much got an idea of what they're talking about. Let's see. Pretty sure I already looked at both of the Dakotas. I don't think I looked at Nevada yet. Let's check them out when this thing stops whooshing, loading. Or let's just give it a whirl. Yeah, Nevada, what did you do for us here? Chase is in third out there. Good, I'm glad to see it. Makes sense. Oh, look, none of the above got 11,000 votes. I'm liking that trend, though. That's a good trend. No kidding. Shit, it beat us. That's unfortunate. None of the above voted over Chase Oliver. 11,000 to 3,000. Man, there's way more anarchists out there than these people are. Well, maybe they're not anarchists, but at least they voted like an anarchist this election. It's about the anarchist vote. None of the above. Fair enough. Goodness gracious, guys, what are we doing? But go on this tangent about that. I haven't been involved with the party very much. I was only briefly in 2020, and then I rejoined recently, and then I became ill and haven't really been doing much of anything lately. So just trying to recover from sickness, and but something's got to give here because it looks like the Republican shills took over the party and basically just endorsed Trump. And we're just getting walloped everywhere. Let's look at Missouri. I mean, walloped. None of the above beat us by, 8,000 votes in Nevada. Here we did okay, 22,000. Third place, Stein after us, 16,000 for her. Oh, goodness. Alabama. Kennedy beat us again. 11,000 votes to 4,000 votes. Almost 12,000 to almost 5,000. Jeez. Jill Stein even less, 4,300. Goodness gracious. I don't know. I don't understand what the Libertarian Party, if they don't have much resources or what. I don't, like I said, haven't been very involved, and at this point doesn't seem like I would want to be very involved at a national level. Seems more like the state level is where it's at in a lot of ways. But I'm just not understanding what they're doing. Like, did they spend any money on a campaign for this guy? I mean, yeah, I saw some stuff they were doing. I get some things. I planned on volunteering again. I'd volunteered for Jorgensen, but like I said, I had a couple big changes in my life, and one of them was an illness. So, unfortunate, yeah, because it didn't seem like they were campaigning too hard. And of course, Kennedy's going to have resources like that, but I mean, that's 500,000 people that voted for this guy. So take that and add any of them that might have voted for some like a candidate that they liked more from the Libertarian Party, and that's add a couple thousand onto that at least, man. Maybe at least 10,000 or so. Let's just say maybe. So we're definitely not. The party is definitely not approaching this properly, I would say, at this point, because a lot of it is not, can't constantly blame indoctrinated statists at some point. And it's like you can see too that they don't push the ideals, and they don't stay true to the ideals. So the I don't know, something's got to give. Like, I think either way that people are going to think a Trump victory is a victory for libertarianism at this point, especially after that ad that they ran last week. Basically, an advertisement for the Trump coalition at this point. They had Chase Oliver on it, but it was pretty much an advertisement for the Trump company. And then Vivek it started off with Vivek saying, "We need a Libertarian Nationalist Alliance." And it's just like, what does that even mean, dude? This is gibberish. It's gibberish, dude. So, yeah, definitely hijacked. Anyway, let's look at Nebraska. And then I'll probably end this because, yeah, I've been rambling for a while now. But it's just interesting. We're getting walloped here. We're getting our asses kicked by a guy who's not even running anymore. He's dropped out and he's supporting Trump. And people still were like, nope, we're going to give you this job, bro. We think you are the man for us. And yeah, we're losing to him. Which at this point, if you're voting for him because you don't want to vote for Trump, it's like, well, he's with Trump now. So if he were to win, I'm sure Trump would be involved or something. It's like he's Trump friendly. So I don't know what a vote for Kennedy would mean at that point. But that can't be right. Is that right? No. was going to say, that's like the total vote. There we go. 5,000 votes in Nebraska. Well, all right. Let's see. Let's just go back to the main page and refresh real quick. See, maybe I didn't miss out on the news of a Trump victory. He's inching closer and closer. I haven't looked at any headlines. I mean, it might be cinched already, depending on what they're speculating is going to happen. Because they got Hawaii going here, they got Minnesota going here. Maine is still, well, she's pulling ahead now. 277 to 226, 53 to 43. Excuse me. 200,000 lead for Wisconsin for Trump. And he's definitely taking Michigan, looks like. Well, there's still only 64% reporting, so he's pulling ahead in Arizona too by a more comfortable margin now. He's up by almost 20,000, so that's creeping up. And he's pulling ahead pretty good in Nevada as well. Yeah, so it looks tough for the Democrats. Wonder what's going on with them right now. Sure, they're sweating it. Alrighty then.